Mindset's really important in a job where the reality is the majority of their day, of an SDR's day, is spent facing rejection. When we first came to EMEA, we intentionally had our SDR targets set low. We would have rather that they would be overachieved and over exceeded rather than they fall short. Honestly, I personally don't understand it. If someone could explain it to me, that would be great. But I don't understand when companies have SDRs who are constantly missing their quota, because you got to look at it, right? It's either one of two things. It's one, the quota is too high, or two, the SDR it has a gap in their learning and they need coaching. But when it's a pattern and it's clear that it's a whole team, quotas should be a minimum. Quotas should be a minimum expectation to be hit. From a management perspective, also, that just is going to help you with your forecasting, rather than it being, well, our team has quoted at XYZ, and they're told that's what their OTE is. But actually they never reach that because that quota is really high. That just creates disillusionment with the SDR. Doesn't really make them feel valued. They're not going to get job satisfaction because they're not hitting their quotas. I'm not saying make quotas easy to hit. What I'm saying is that quotas should be a minimum hit. So, and that should be the mentality that you always tell the SDRs. It should be hard to hit, don't get me wrong. It should not be happening, 2 weeks into the month.